I'm David Webb, and today I want to talk to you about value. We've all heard the saying, you get what you pay for, and for the most part it's true. But is there ever such thing as the law of diminishing returns? And when you pay, what do you get? And how much do you have to pay to get what you want? These are all questions that come to mind when we talk about the YETI Hopper 18. YETI is a legendary cooler maker. They make a few other products, but coolers are what they're known for. This is one of their soft-sided units. It's called the Hopper Flip 18. It holds 24 pounds of ice, or 20 cans of your favorite beverage with an ice beverage ratio of 2:1. Before we get into the specifics of this cooler and run the test, we need to address the elephant in the room. Similar size coolers can be bought on Amazon for $25, $30, $50. Name brand coolers run even $100. So let's take a look at the YETI and see if it's worth $420 of your hard-earned dollars. For starters, if you're on the fence about a YETI, I really recommend you go to a retailer and check one out. There is a feel to them that you have to actually get your hands on to really experience. I mean, we use the term bomb-proof in the outdoor industry quite a bit, but this actually feels like it could contain an explosion. I mean, it is that rugged. We're talking 840 denier fabric on the outside. That's a measurement of the thickness of the threads. And to put into perspective, a lightweight puffy could be 10 to 20 D. The shell you're wearing might be 60. 840 is more in line with a whitewater raft. It's almost up there with a military-grade Zodiac inflatable. Needless to say, sturdy. EVA on the top, EVA on the bottom, so it's non-slip on the bottom, and you can put your bevies on the top and they won't really slip around very much. Double stitched handles on either side, top, back. Comes with this nice shoulder band with ergonomic, no slip. Looks nice. As you can see here, we've got some lash points. The YETI has a variety of different accessories you can clip on here. Bottle openers, multi-tools, a YETI dry bag, all can clip onto there. And we need to talk about this zipper. So it actually comes with a tag on it that says pull hard. Because if you bought this, you might think the zipper was stuck. I mean, you would have to give it a good pull to open it up. On the inside, we have FDA approved food grade waterproof fabric, easy wipe, antimicrobial, antibacterial, easy clean. You can really just hose this thing out, a little bleachy water if there's any stains in there, done. Because it's such a high-end product, I really appreciate that even the literature has a high-end feel, you know? But you get these stickers, you even get this zipper lubricant that you should use once or twice a year. That's how tough this zipper is. You know, people want to feel validated for their purchase, and I appreciate that YETI makes it feel like you are getting the high-end product, because you really are. But this zipper, serious, thanks for watching.
Alright guys, well being that this is a zipperless cooler, it's obviously kept shut here by this nice little Velcro latch. And when you open it up, one of the first things you're going to notice is that there's this removable tray in here. You don't have to have it in there. It's just nice to be able to keep things dry. You know, it's not going to sit down inside the cooler. I use bottles of water, so it's really not that big of a deal. But if you're using ice, it's especially nice just to keep things from sloshing around inside of there when the ice starts to melt. Okay, so the side has these pockets on it, and although I am glad that the pockets are there, I'm not a big fan of this mesh. I'd rather see something like an elastic pouch, but it gets the job done. You know, if you are using this for the beach, though, just keep in mind that anything you put in these pockets is definitely going to get sand in it, so, you know, beware. Moving right along to the pockets on the front, you have two. One is pretty small, good for probably a wallet, cash, a couple of smartphones, and there's a larger compartment right behind it. Now these aren't very deep, but this one is big enough that I was able to put my folding solar panel in there, and that worked out just fine for that. So on this side, it comes equipped with a nice little bottle opener. You can take that off if you like, which I wound up doing because I really don't drink any beer that would necessitate that, but it's still nice that they threw it in. Now you also have the chest cooler straps here, which is just some foam tubing wrapped in nylon, but it's good for what it is, and when you're not using it, you can just tuck it into the pockets. Now the other thing that's nice is when you look at the back saver strap, how it's attached, it's actually at an angle. So when you have this on your shoulder, it kind of sits real smooth and flat against you. It's not jutting out, so it makes it easier to walk with this. So one thing I was really curious about when I got this cooler is whether this blue plastic liner came out, and indeed it does. And when you take it out, there's another waterproof liner in there. Now, something I was a bit disappointed in is I thought that if I was able to remove that blue liner that the cooler would become collapsible, and it doesn't. And it's because of how thick the insulation is on the inside. Not necessarily a bad thing. Thank you for taking the time to look at my video, and I will see you guys
What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to do a review on my brand new RTIC cooler I just got delivered to me. From the outside, it looks really, really durable. I mean, it's roto-molded. I mean, there's not much difference between RTIC and the YETIs. This is a 45 quart one. Here, I'll show you. It says it right here on the side. The cooler comes with 2 drain plugs, one here, and I think the other one on the other side is lower to the ground. Let me see. It's up to you, but you can either use this, and then this part in here is a well that you can lift the cooler up with the wells. Apparently there's 2 types of generation RTIC coolers. There were a lot of complaints about the first generation ones. The latch is not staying. They're coming down on them for some reason. But since I got it the other day, I haven't had any problem with the latches. So yeah, see, they're both staying up. As you can see, they got the logo right in there. It doesn't come with the basket. I was thinking about getting that. It's advertised to hold the capacity. I'm happy with the capacity. This right here is a divider. You can buy a divider on the RTIC's website. So if you want to separate one thing from the other, this is if you want to strap your cooler down. These little slots right here. I honestly think you're getting your bang with your buck with this. I mean, if you don't want to spend all that money, I think it was, I got this 25% off on the website right now, and it came out to, I think, $175. Not much of a difference. I mean, I obviously haven't done an ice test with it yet, but, and another thing I wanted to mention was, the gasket. A lot of people were saying that there was a gap in the middle here, but I don't see any gap, so I'm pretty happy with this choice. I think it's a great product. I mean, it's going to do the job. I'm sure.
For a review of the Kong 50. I wanted to do an individual review of this cooler because not only did it hold ice among the best of any cooler we've ever tested, I consider this cooler an engineering marvel. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So first up, I want to just point out how robust this cooler is. Totally different latches than any other cooler on the market, and as you can see when I show you on the inside, metal, not all plastic. There is metal on the cooler, so I consider this a very robust made cooler. As we pop on the inside, you'll notice a cutting board that covers the entire surface of the inside of the cooler. The coolest thing that I've seen no other cooler company do is this is removable, and we can use this on the outside, which Kong calls a kicker. It has a hinge on it, and they call this a kicker. We drop it through here, we kick this handle out and put this here, and the cutting board can go on the outside, and this actually drops through this little slit to secure it. So you have a sturdy cutting board on the outside of the cooler. I've seen no other cooler do that. I absolutely love that. In fact, you could use this, which is the divider on the inside of the cooler. You could use this as a smaller cutting board, or alternatively, you could use it on the other side. I have a different accessory on this side, which I will show you in a second. Like I said, you do have a divider on the inside of this cooler. Not a whole lot to talk about other than this provides absolutely superior ice retention. If we pop over to this side, you will see this little rubber thing, and at first when I opened it up out of the package, I'm like, what is that? So finally I figured out what it is, and this is what Kong calls a crush guard. So this prevents the lid from closing down on little fingers. If you have little kids or something like that, it will prevent a lot of crying and screaming, because watch what happens. You can close that lid and it will not crush your fingers. This little piece of rubber stops the lid from crushing on your fingers. And the cool thing is, all you have to do is pull this back, close up the lid with the cutting board installed. So you still have full access of the cutting board even with the crush guard, and the crush guard is fully removable. If you don't have kids and you don't have that problem, you just pop it out. You could put in another cut.
Today we're reviewing the TOURIT soft side cooler bag. This is soft sided, so it actually will fold up into a very compact bag for storage if you want to store it, but then it's quite roomy. This measures about 14 by 13 by 8 inches. It'll hold 24 liters or 6.3 gallons, and that's the equivalent of 35. So let me point out some features. It has a shoulder strap that's adjustable with a nice padding on it. Also has carrying handles if you don't want to carry it on your shoulder. Has this nice little that will hold down stuff, and it's adjustable. Has a quick release. You can lock it up, tighten it up, so you can store stuff there to hold it down. It has a, if you have stuff that you want to carry, eating utensils, anything like that, or anything that doesn't require to be cooled, you can store in there. You don't have to take up space inside. Then it's fully insulated. This is waterproof anyway, but I still prefer to carry those. You don't have to worry about draining the water out or anything. When you get through, you just pop them back in your freezer and they're ready to go the next time. I've just got a couple of cans, a couple of bottles of water, a couple of containers in here. It's really quite roomy. You can use it, I use it primarily for two things. One, if I'm going grocery shopping and I have meats or ice cream or something that I want to make sure it doesn't get too warm. Then we use it for trips. It's great to pack in the car, carry our beverage. Thank you.